Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we'll be assembling the premium aluminium enclosure sold by xmrstreet.store. This enclosure is designed to house a SeedSigner or XMR signer device. Let's start by preparing the front plate and display. For this build, you'll need a WaveShare 1.3-inch display with a resolution of 240 by 240 pixels. Other models won't work with this enclosure, so make sure you have the correct display. First, push the joystick button onto the joystick of the display. Next, place the 3 buttons into their designated spots on the front plate. Now, we'll mount the display to the plate. Pay close attention to the orientation here. Make sure the display is positioned correctly. Use the 4 spacers to secure the display, but don't tighten them completely just yet. We need to center the display properly first. The easiest way to center everything is to look at the joystick button and position it as centered as possible within the front plate opening. Once you're satisfied with the alignment, use some tools like pliers or a bit set to fully secure the spacers. I'm using a 5.5mm bit head for this. GPIO pin installation. Now it's time to install the GPIO pins. You'll need to insert all 40 pins one by one into the connector on the back of the display. Using pliers like I'm doing here makes this process much easier. I'll be honest, this is a bit of a tedious process, but it's absolutely necessary. These shortened pins give us the low profile we need for the enclosure to close properly. A regular GPIO header is too tall and simply won't fit. While it's possible to cut a regular GPIO header to the correct length, I'd recommend doing this at your own risk. The enclosures from XMR Street always come with these properly sized pins, so you shouldn't need to modify anything. Take your time with this step and make sure each pin is seated properly in the connector. Raspberry Pi installation and soldering. Next, we'll place the Raspberry Pi Zero board. Carefully align the board with the pins and push it down gently but firmly. Now comes the soldering. Best practice here is to start by soldering the top 4 pins, then the bottom 4 pins. This ensures the board stays flat and properly aligned. After securing these 8 pins, go ahead and solder all the remaining pins. Take your time with the soldering to ensure clean, secure connections. Poor solder joints can cause intermittent issues later on. Camera installation. We'll now install the camera module. Always be extremely careful when lifting the plastic camera connector, as these break very easily. Using fine tweezers, as I'm demonstrating here, works best for me. Pay attention to the orientation of the camera ribbon cable. The gold contacts should face toward the camera connector on the Pi. Insert the cable gently, then push the plastic connector back down to secure it. Give it a gentle tug to make sure it's properly seated. Remove the plastic backing from the adhesive pad and install the camera as I'm showing. The easiest approach is to secure the large adhesive pad first, then adjust the camera lens position to ensure it aligns properly with the enclosure opening. Place the board temporarily into the case and check that the camera lens aligns with the hole in the enclosure. If everything looks good, give the camera a few gentle pushes as I'm demonstrating to ensure the adhesive bonds properly. If the camera comes loose at any point, simply push it back into place. Final assembly. Before we complete the assembly, we need to install the microSD adapter. Push the small connector end into the microSD slot on the Raspberry Pi. Mind the orientation. Gold contacts should face the connector and push it all the way in until it's fully seated. Install the small glass camera protector into the enclosure opening before we close everything up. Now place the complete assembly into the enclosure as shown and carefully route the microSD cable. You can tuck it underneath the board if needed. then gently push the complete assembly into the enclosure. Time for the final screws. Place all 4 screws and work in a diagonal pattern, gently threading each screw in just a little bit until they all grip. Then screw them all the way in, but don't over-tighten. These screws require a 1.5mm Allen key. Finally, insert your micro SD card with the operating system already installed to test everything, and you're done. If you have any questions about this build, feel free to contact me using the information in the description below, or leave a comment and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.